The abuser has the right to open the victim's post and read it first. The abuser censors her speech. The abuser monitors everything she does, comments on it, or forces her to change her habits and her behaviors. She wants to watch television, he tells her not to. She wants to drink some wine, he tells her not to, etc., etc. Monitoring, supervision, criticism, like in an externalized, harsh, erstwhile inner critic. Sadistic, a sadistic superego, reified in an intimate partner, reified in the abuser. The abuser becomes the victim's superego, externalized and sadistic. Now, the monitoring and supervision are micro. They go into every possible detail. The abuser does not let the victim shut the door of the toilets when she uses them. I will not go into details. Or when she takes a bath or a shower. He is there, curtain drawn, watching the proceedings. She can't change clothes without him being there. She can't go anywhere alone. She can't make phone calls without him listening on an extension or next to her. She can't do anything without him present 100,000% in her life. Nothing. Not even open the door. Not even say hello. Not even buy a loaf of bread. Not even watch television. Not surf the internet. Nothing. Everything is monitored and supervised. He installs spyware and other types of malware, keyloggers and everything on her phone, on her electronic devices. He insists on reading her email, her chats, WhatsApp, you name it. He has full, unbridled, unmitigated access to every second of every minute of every hour of her life, all her correspondence, all her output, verbal and non-verbal, and everything she does, even the most private. This is typical of coercive control. Next. And this is what renders, the next thing is what renders coercive control criminal. Coercive control is a criminal offense in the United Kingdom and in several other countries, but not, for example, in Canada yet. So, but gradually I think it will become a criminal offense in the vast majority of jurisdictions. Because coercive control, to qualify as coercive control, must include a deprivation of needs, a denial of the gratification and satisfaction of basic needs like hunger or thirst. The victim is denied food, not allowed to drink, not allowed to satisfy or to meet even the most basic requirements of existence without the say-so of the abuser, and the abuser has a veto power. He can deny her food for 3 days or drink for one day, fluids for 1 day. I'm not mentioning other needs like sex and love and compassion and affection and contact with other people and contact with the family, interaction. I mean, I'm not mentioning any of this, social dimensions, social needs, none of this. I'm talking about the most basic things. If you don't obey me, says the coercive controller, your punishment is you're not going to eat today. So the deprivation of needs, the denial of needs, is a crucial component of coercive control, which renders it criminal, actually. Coercive control involves the control and micromanagement of choices, decisions, behaviors, actions, and micro-behaviors. Everything is totally managed. Everything requires approval, explicit or implicit. Everything is subject to punitive measures, punishment. If you deviate or diverge or disobey or display any sign of autonomy, agency, independence, and self-efficacy. So, control and micromanagement. There's a denial of access to money, to friends, to family, to help, to the authorities, to succor, to water, to food, to television, to internet, to your children, to your ex. Denial of access. The denial of access is a major control strategy, and it is coercive in the sense that if you dare to oppose it or to try to haggle bargain and negotiate, you're punished. And the punishments in coercive control escalate, and they do and often can and often do reach the physical. So physical violence is very common in coercive control. Terrorizing, degradation, humiliation in a variety of ways, including sexually. Multiple modalities of abuse, verbal, physical, financial, sexual, they're all employed in order to control the victim. There is a strong element of conditioning. I have a video about conditioning the victim on this channel. I have a video about everything on this channel, I think, except jumping cats. So, conditioning, compliance, automatic submission, unthinking, non-critical, is rewarded. If you act as a slave or as a programmable robot and you respond immediately to the wishes, expectations, and commands of the abuser, you're rewarded. If you don't, you're punished. And this conditioning, operant conditioning, leads to automatism and to impaired reality testing. The will is broken. You learn to react the way Pavlov's dogs reacted. You salivate when you hear the sound of your abuser's voice. Your reality testing is so short that you believe everything your abuser is telling you. You believe that your abuser is the most and only faithful rendition of the world. And so you become conditioned. Your submissiveness, your subjugation is also conditioned in the sense that you cannot contemplate any other alternative. Your behavior is so dictated by lower levels of the brain that it's no longer under your control. You no longer control your behavior. It's just there, automatically, beyond the ken and the realm of your ability to modify it, to kind of negotiate a compromise or something. You don't even think about it. The abuser or the coercive controller uses a specific look of, I don't know, dissatisfaction or disapproval. You immediately toe the line, kowtow and obey. Obeisance, automatic obeisance, total obedience. To qualify as coercive control, the whole strategy is premeditated, and that separates coercive control from the same phenomena in the narcissist shared fantasy. The narcissist shared fantasy is not a premeditated psychopathic strategy of control. The narcissist is as much a hostage of his shared fantasy as his victims are. He believes in his own deception. He adopts his confabulations as real. He doesn't future fake because he fully trusts that he will realize his promises. So, coercive control, on the other hand, is goal-oriented, premeditated, cold, calculated, scheming, Machiavellian. That's why coercive control is much more typical among psychopaths than among narcissists. Although, as I said, there are many coercive controllers who are neither psychopaths or narcissists. Coercive control is therefore not the outcome of mental illness, such as a psychotic disorder like schizophrenia, or narcissistic personality disorder, or bipolar disorder, or some other personality disorder. If the coercive control is the outcome of mental illness, then it is not coercive control. Coercive control is a cognitive, premeditated strategy. Some victims misperceive coercive control as love, as an expression of interest, as a display or manifestation of attention, and or as the abuser's insecurity expressed dysfunctionally. These are all excuses. There is no reason or excuse or justification for coercive control. It's criminal. It's horrible. It's soul-racking. And it should be fought against by any and all and every means possible. There is a big difference between typical abuse, even narcissistic abuse, which is the most extreme form of typical abuse. These types of abuse are interactive. They reflect dynamics, most of which are unhealthy and dysfunctional. They are usually not malevolent. These types of abuse are not malevolent. They're not scheming. They're definitely not goal-oriented. They simply reflect badly damaged people. They reflect the dynamics of badly damaged people. Not so with coercive control. The coercive controller knows exactly what he's doing, and he keeps doing it. He knows that he is isolating his prey. He knows that he is denying her food and water. He knows that he is punishing her disproportionately. He knows that he is conditioning her. He knows that he is terrorizing her and degrading her and humiliating her. He knows that he is altering her behaviors, decisions, choices, and actions. He knows that she is no longer the same. He knows that she had become a robotic, automated machine responsive to his cues and his needs. He knows that he's doing all this, and he doesn't care. He doesn't even bother to justify it to himself or to anyone else. That's just the way it is. It's a reflection of a power asymmetry. So coercive control is qualitatively different to any and all other types of control, including narcissistic abuse.